Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bold and beautiful preview. Katie appears suspicious of Poppy, and Hope and Finn cross the line again. In the latest The Bold and the Beautiful preview for June 10 to 14, it feels like old times between Steffi and Hope. Read on and watch the preview below. Last week Lee stopped Bill, Luna and Poppy from using a store-bought DNA test, and insisted she perform one as a medical professional. Not suspicious at all, right? Lee revealed that Bill was the father, but also gave Katie a warning that her sister is calculating and conniving, and has a pattern when it comes to rich men. Next week, as Bill and Poppy make up for lost time, Kate tells them, "Well, look at you, a whole new family. This DNA test and surprising new family all seem too good to be true, and it seems Katie isn't buying what Poppy is trying to sell." Steffi tried to get Hope for the Future shut down due to poor numbers and was stunned when Ridge decided to give the line another quarter, believing in it and that Hope and her team would be able to produce something amazing. Ridge also asked Brooke to step up as co-CEO of Forrester Designs. Next week, Steffi asks Brooke if she doesn't find it strange that Hope is spending so much time with Finn. Hope and Finn have connected over Shyla's resurfacing and their parents' wedding, and Hope has made it clear that Steffi has no right to order Finn to stay away from his birth mother. After Steffi tried to shutter her line, Hope said it was war again between them. While Steffi railed to Liam about Hope's unhealthy influence on Finn, Finn was giving Hope another one of his medical messages to ease another headache, which led to a kiss. Next week, Hope admits to Finn that she can't stop thinking about him. She tears off his shirt and pulls him down on top of her. Will they cross the line and have sex? If so, it will be just like old times, Steffi and Hope fighting over the same man. The atmosphere at Forrester Creations was thick with tension and unspoken words. The recent fashion show had been a resounding success, but behind the scenes, personal dramas were unraveling at an alarming rate. In the center of the storm stood Katie Logan, whose intuition had always served her well, and now it was sounding alarms about the newest addition to the Forrester team. Poppy Evans. Poppy had arrived a few weeks ago, seemingly out of nowhere, with impeccable credentials and a portfolio that dazzled even the most discerning eyes. She quickly ingratiated herself with the Forrester family, charming everyone with her wit and fashion acumen. Everyone, that is, except Katie. Katie couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about Poppy. Her instincts told her that Poppy was hiding something, and Katie was determined to uncover the truth. She began watching Poppy closely, noting her every move, her every interaction. There was something about the way Poppy carried herself, a subtle arrogance that set off warning bells in Katie's mind. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the offices of Forrester Creations began to empty, Katie found herself alone in the building, or so she thought. She heard voices coming from Ridge's office and quietly made her way over. Peeking through the slightly ajar door, she saw Poppy and Ridge in deep conversation. Poppy's back was to the door, but Katie could see the intensity in Ridge's eyes as he spoke. "I just don't understand why you're so interested in this old collection, Poppy," Ridge was saying, his tone puzzled. Poppy's response was too low for Katie to hear, but it was enough to make Ridge nod thoughtfully. Katie's suspicion grew. What was Poppy up to? Meanwhile, across town, another drama was unfolding. Hope Logan and Dr. John Finn Finnegan had crossed paths once more, and the air between them crackled with unresolved tension. Their connection was undeniable, and despite their best efforts to stay away from each other, fate seemed determined to throw them together at every turn. Hope had tried to focus on her marriage to Liam and her responsibilities at Forrester, but her thoughts kept drifting back to Finn. They had shared moments, stolen glances, and whispered conversations that spoke volumes. It was dangerous territory, and they both knew it, but resisting each other was proving to be an impossible task. Finn, for his part, was torn between his duty to his family and his undeniable attraction to Hope. His marriage to Steffi had been rocky, and Hope represented a sense of peace and understanding that he found intoxicating. They had both agreed to maintain their distance, but that resolve crumbled every time they were in the same room. One afternoon, Hope and Finn found themselves alone in the Forrester mansion. The house was eerily quiet, the only sound the ticking of the antique clock in the hallway. Hope was there to pick up some designs, and Finn had come to talk to Steffi, who was out running errands. They exchanged pleasantries, both acutely aware of the tension between them. "I should go," Hope said, her voice barely above a whisper. Finn took a step closer, his eyes searching hers. "Do you want to go?" Hope's breath caught in her throat. She knew the right answer, the one she should give, but instead, she found herself shaking her head. In that moment, the distance between them evaporated. Finn reached out, gently cupping Hope's face in his hands. Their lips met in a kiss that was both tender and desperate, a culmination of all the longing and desire they had tried so hard to suppress. It felt like coming home, and for a few precious moments, nothing else mattered. But reality came crashing back all too quickly. They pulled away, both breathing heavily, the weight of their actions settling in. "This can't happen," Finn said, his voice hoarse with emotion. "I know," Hope replied, tears welling in her eyes. "But it doesn't change how I feel." Back at Forrester Creations, Katie's investigation into Poppy was yielding some interesting results. She discovered that Poppy's credentials, while impressive, didn't entirely check out. There were gaps in her employment history and discrepancies in her references. Katie's gut feeling had been right. Poppy was hiding something. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Katie decided to confront Poppy directly. She found her in the design room, going over some sketches. "Poppy, can we talk?" Katie asked, her tone leaving no room for refusal. Poppy looked up, a guarded expression on her face. "Of course, Katie. What's on your mind?" Katie took a deep breath, steeling herself for the confrontation. "I've been looking into your background, and I found some inconsistencies. I think it's time you told me the truth. What are you really doing here?" Poppy's eyes narrowed, and for a moment, Katie thought she saw a flash of something, fear, anger, in them. But then it was gone, replaced by a cold, calculating look. "I don't know what you're talking about, Katie," Poppy said smoothly. "My credentials are all in order." Katie shook her head. "I don't believe you. There's something you're not telling us, and I'm going to find out what it is." Poppy stood, her posture rigid. "I suggest you be very careful, Katie. You might not like what you find." With that, Poppy brushed past Katie and left the room, leaving Katie more determined than ever to uncover the truth. She knew she was on the right track, and nothing was going to stop her. As the sun set over Los Angeles, the lives of those at Forrester Creations continued to intertwine in a web of passion, deceit, and intrigue. Katie's suspicions about Poppy, Hope, and Finn's forbidden attraction, these were just the beginning. The drama was far from over, and as secrets came to light, the fallout would be more explosive than anyone could imagine.